If you want the biggest, roomiest sub 30-foot boat in the world, this probably isn't it. If you want the best seakeeping, however, well then it very well may be. This is a Seaward 29. Now these are designed by TT Designs, Arthur Morsell, who designed all the pilot boats and Nelson boats, all that kind of thing. It's a semi-displacement hull, and these are beloved by pilots and customs officials and all the kind of people who need to put to sea no matter what. And this is a kind of leisure version of that. So it's the boat that's bought by people who just want to go out boating pretty much irrespective of weather. It's a real all-weather machine. So I think what we will do is we will take a turn around the interior first of all, and I'll show you what it's all about. Then we'll have a look around the decks, have a look at the engines, and cover the whole boat. Now these have been out for quite a while. This one's had a little bit of an upgrade, but it's worth seeing. There's some interesting features on here, like for example, you've got this split door here, so you can have just the bottom part of the door closed and the top open if you want to. And we'll head on inside. Now this is what I mean by, for a 30-foot boat, these are not massive in here, and they're not supposed to be, because they're designed for going out and running, not for spending weeks and weeks on board. So they're fairly narrow, they've got big seats in them, the big Helm and navigator seat there. And as I say, it's all about offshore performance with this. So what we've got back here, there's a galley area on this side, you've got a microwave down here, there's a hob underneath here, and a sink under that one, and a bit of storage about the place. It's all very nicely and traditionally put together. On this side, we've got a small seat here and a larger settee here. In fact, you can lift this backrest up. There's a couple of hooks in the ceiling. You can see one here and one there. And that will support that. So you can make that like a Pullman berth and sleep 2 people here. But this is what this boat is all about. It's the business end. It's these chunky Helm seats, and it's the ability to punch through pretty much anything. These are suspension seats. You'll notice as I sit on here, hopefully. You see how that goes up and down? You've also got a footrest here which you can adjust like this to whatever place you want to have that to, so it's most comfortable. The steering wheel adjusts, and sat right here, this is exactly what this boat is all about. It's a proper offshore machine. You've got exactly the same sort of setup over there, the suspension seat with the armrest. There's a fridge underneath it, incidentally. Little area for charts ahead of you there. Yeah, it's a proper little pilot boat. Let's go and have a look a little bit further. So over here, that's a little bit of storage underneath there, like so. And that one is a bit more storage. Switch panels on this side. And again, it's deliberately not super modern. It's all pretty traditional. You can see exactly what you're doing. These are all circuit breakers. Your main battery isolators are further down. Tank gauges are here for water and waste. And then all your instrumentation and navigation and so on right across here. If we head on down to the lower deck, then what you've got here, you can in fact close this off. There's a door here that comes across, and then this slides. Again, it's all proper traditional stuff. And in fact there are blinds as well, you can see here, that just pull down like this all the way around. But if we head down here, this then is a separate cabin. So you've got the twin berths in here. I think you can get an infill for these to make a double. I'm not certain on that, so you'd need to check, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. That takes you through to the anchor locker right up in the bow. There's a bit of storage up in places like this, and a load more over here. So this is hanging locker. And then down here you've got storage in places like this, and here, and underneath, and so on. As I say, it's not a boat that you buy because you want a floating holiday home. It's a boat you buy because you want to do some serious boating, and for that it's absolutely brilliant. Heads is in here. There's a shower that pulls out. And then we'll head on back a bit further and I'll show you around the deck areas and the engines. So if we come back here, now the engines are actually just back underneath here. There's a twin engine and it's a conventional shaft drive. So these areas here, you can see there's little cushions. There's another set for on here, but of course because people are getting on and off, they've taken those off. We saw those in fact in the forward cabin. And then this fella here, we can just tilt like that, and there you will be able to see just about the engine. These are a pair of Yanmar 250 horsepower engines, and these are giving the boat about 28 knots flat out and cruising at around 22. But as I say, the big news is the same displacement hull and the fact it'll keep up that 22 knots in some fairly serious sea conditions. Range on this about 250 miles. Let's drop that one back. So it goes back on top. You've got exactly the same setup over on this side. This is this half door, like so. And at the back here, another modification they've done recently, so you've got seating here, I say seating on this side, seating back here. One of the things that's changed is, this used to be a solid transom. What they've done now, there are bolts on the outside here, and with this you can flip this right over. Got a rope in the way a little bit at the moment, but hopefully you'll see the idea. There we go. And that then makes steps down onto the bathing platform, which is quite a nice touch. Let's drop that back up. There we go. And we'll finish off with a walk around the decks. So grab rail there. Again, you can see how serious this is with the Treadmaster decking all the way around. The navigation lights up here, and all your nav kit, so the radar, the hailer. There's an anemometer, never pronounce that, a wind speed indicator just there, and then horn on the front and that kind of stuff. And if we walk up a little bit further, you'll see there's also a solar panel in the centre there as well. Now, another thing that's changed recently is they've put this eyebrow on here, and the reason for that goes all the way around is to provide some shelter for the side windows. So if you've got the side windows open and there's spray coming over, you tend to have the leeward side window open, so if the wind is coming this way, you don't want one on this side, and this stops the water from coming over the reef and running back down inside your boat. They've changed the windows on these as well. You see they've got square, larger portholes. They always traditionally had the small round ones like the boat over there. So that's changed. And then if you come up to the front, bollards, electric anchor winch, and so forth. Let's stop and take a look back. There we go. But that looks like exactly what it is, which is a proper, purposeful little motorboat. Brilliant. Let's head back down here. These, incidentally, are engine vents, if you're wondering what these are down the side. And that, as they say, is about it. It's not a massive boat, but it is a very nice one. They're lovely quality. They're a lovely boat to go boating in. And if you want a real recommendation for a Seaward, well, my father has one. You can't ask for more than that, can you? Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. It's something a little bit different for Aquaholic, but they are a lovely boat and a great thing to have a look at. In fact, we've also had a look at a Seaward 42 we took one out to sea, so if you want to see another Seaward, go and check that one out. And in the meantime, we'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.